Nice. Okay, so here's the thing. I just watched Arcane again, this time with Sophia, because I decided that she had not seen it yet, and that was a crime to humanity. So, um, I made her watch it, and she loved it. Of course, she did. And then I was like, I want to make a tier list of like characters in Arcane and how, like, I don't know, important they are, or well developed, or cool, or significant for the story, or you know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna do. You never watched Arcane? Oh shit. Dude, actually, so good. Like, ask Sophia. She'd never seen it. She hasn't played the game. She's never seen Arcane. She saw it. Sophia, what did you think? Like, I highly recommend you watch it. Because there will probably be spoilers in this. Hooked. Yeah, yeah. I can't wait for season 2. So if you don't want to be spoiled, Yopa, like, I would love for you to stick around, but you will be spoiled. Just say no. Because even if you don't know the game or the people, it's like a really good thing to follow. So if you're gonna try one of those things I asked you about, all right. So we're gonna make an Arcane tier list. Who was cool? Who was significant? Who was important? Or like, no, 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 not you, Sophia. Don't worry about it. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna start with some guys here. How important were they? Or like how cool? What is the criteria? What's the criteria that we're gonna use? Important? Significant? Who's this actually? Who is that? That's not Caitlyn, is it? Surely not. Is that Caitlyn? Doesn't look like Caitlyn. I mean, it looks like Caitlyn, just I don't see the pose. Let's see, is there a different one? Arcane Characters Season 1. Oh, that's better. It's got a lot more. I like that. I like that. All right, so here we go.
This just in. You fucked up.
So thank you for the bits. Why did I fuck up? I showed you the Arcane. Or she picked that one. Lol. Lol lol. All right. Let's take a look. Is it has fuck in it? Oh, of course it is. Of course. So let's start with someone the Poro, clearly S tier. Okay, I'm gonna put it in C tier because it's cute. It's like not significant or important, you know, but fun. All right. Powder. Powder and Jinx are like different people. Well, I guess that makes sense. Mel Medarda. I'm going to put her in S tier. Or A. Like, she was very influential for Jace's story, but in the end, he came to the right conclusions himself. You know what I mean? Wait. Like, he picked the path. Like, he influenced her, more like. But I'm going to put her in A tier. Because she was very important. Alright, what else we got? This security guard guy, I'm gonna put him in D tier. He's not relevant to the story. He is the first person that showed Caitlyn what the Undercity is like, or like what people have to endure. Because he was like, "You want us to have a chat with her again?" So he gave Caitlyn like the first look into what do you call it? The life of the people in the Undercity. I'm gonna put him in C tier. Same with her, the madam. I mean, she's not that important. Maybe she's actually D tier. What do you got? But by the way, give your opinions on this. Give your opinions. She's D tier, I think. I mean, if she is, then he is too, I suppose. But I'm gonna put him there because he did give Caitlyn her first look into that world. And then she just gave Vi some information, so she's not really relevant to the plot itself. She's like the guy that sold the food that she ate. This guy, I'm gonna put him here as well. He helped Caitlyn get the medicine for Vi. And he was in the first episode as well when Vander helped him out. But he succumbed to the shimmer anyway. Who's this guy again? This guy, wasn't he the dude from the beginning? The first episode? The hustler? Okay, he's not that important. He was just, yeah. And then this is, oh, that's Finn. Where's his, can I make this bigger? Yeah. Oh, that's the food guy. Alright. He's there. Okay, so this guy, where's his accomplice? Is she in here as well? Why is she not in here, but he is? That's a bit weird. Who's this guy? Can someone tell me who this guy is? This guy. Who's that? He's some crony or whatever. Definitely a D for him. Yeah, yeah. Like, I don't know who this is. I literally don't know who this is. Alright, what else we got? Got a bunch of council members. Caitlyn's dad. I'm gonna put him in C tier. Because, like, he was not the one on the council. That was her mom. Oh, this is Jace's mom. So I'm gonna put him in C tier because I mean he's important to Caitlyn, but he wasn't important for the story as much. Maybe he did convince her mom to grant them an audience. But yeah. Clagger. I feel he is definitely an A tier because he was a big part of why Jinx went off the deep end. Same as, oh wait, here's his accomplice actually. Same dude. Same as Milo. I'd say they're pretty important, right? Exactly. Now you know. Now you know. And if anyone else has any input, by the way, let me know. Just tell me. Okay, so I feel like he is not as important as Caitlyn's mom because she was obviously in the council, but she's not as influential as Mel Medarda because Mel was super influential in Jace's story as well. Okay, this lady, Timo is a meme hero. Yeah, kind of. He was not an Arcane either, so he's not on the list. He kind of is. Alright, so that's council member her. I mean, like, I feel like she's more important than the other council members. Like, these guys, I would put them just here, you know? On par with her dad, I guess. Like, this guy and where's the other ones? Council members, council members. This guy. No fan service. No. No, unfortunately. Alright. Vander was very important. And like there is the theory, of course, that he's Warwick. But that would make him important in season 2 and not so much here. I mean, he's obviously important in that he raised the girls and was willing to sacrifice himself to save the girls, and because he was the one that led the resistance the first time, got a lot of people killed, and betrayed Silco, and that's why he wanted to keep the lanes out of another war, which is why Savika betrayed him. Like, she's definitely important. Sky is not as important. I mean, I guess I would put her here. I mean, she is the reason. I'm going to put her in B because she is the reason that Victor realized I'm on the wrong path. You know, he wanted to destroy it. He couldn't, but he said to Jace, like, we need to destroy it. So her death made him realize, like, wait a minute, like, I actually have to destroy it. Okay. So we got Grayson. I'm gonna put her in B because she's the reason that Caitlyn wanted to be an enforcer. What are you shooting for, right? She had her win the tournament thing. And then she made Caitlyn thought, like, hey, did you let me win, or did my parents pay you to let me win? And they didn't pay her to let her win, but she thought, like, hey, you deserved it. And I'm an enforcer. The question is, what are you shooting for? So she's actually the reason that Caitlyn took a certain path in her life, but I don't think she's important enough to put in A tier. If she'd lived longer, she might have made it up there. I think. What do you think? Is she A tier or B tier? B tier. Yeah. I mean, she was super cool, but she didn't live long enough to have that much of an impact. She tried to break a deal with Vander, you know, because she didn't want to invade the lanes, and she wanted Vander to stay in charge, to keep things in check, so she didn't have to come down there with a bunch of enforcers and cause some ruckus, you know? Let's see. We have, oh, that's a council member as well. Put her there. Or him. I'm not actually even sure. I think it's him. This was also, she's not a council member, but she was like a trade lady. Had some deals with these people. Okay, Finn. The guy who wanted to organize a coup against Silco. He's definitely in a B tier and not lower than that. And her too, I suppose, because they kind of go together. But then again, what was their involvement? Like, how did they push the story forward? Because they were pissed off that Silco was letting Jinx rule the world, basically. Wanted to do a coup, but it didn't work. So maybe they're actually more here. Because they were shut down real fast by Savika, who didn't betray Silco. Even though Silco definitely, for a moment there, had some doubts about that. Alright, this guy, he's not important. He's just a goon. He's one of Silco's goons. He's not relevant to the story. He could be any other goon, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even think he said a word. He was just muscle. Jace's mom. I'm gonna go with a C tier. Like, she didn't do much in the story, but it was her. Like, she was almost dead when they were saved by magic. But it was more like a passive involvement instead of she doing anything. She was just being his mom. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess I have to put the Poro here because he's just cute and he didn't really do much. Let's get to some of these characters. Someone tell me who this is. I don't know. Let's get to some of the more important characters here. Powder. Because there's Powder and there's Jinx. There's like two people, right? Like, Jinx is S tier for sure because she's this. Yeah, Powder is A and Jinx is S. Do you agree with that? I mean, she's definitely not lower than that, but I don't think she's S tier. Because the most interesting stuff with Jinx happened when she was already, like, becoming Jinx. Powder was an innocent girl who lost her mind, basically. The scientist. He is not as important yet. Jinx had a lot more depth. Yeah, because Powder just wanted to be useful. Like, that's what set off the whole stuff in episode 3. She just wanted to be useful, which is, like, normal for a kid. And it did set off, like, a lot of the stuff that happened afterwards. Like, Vander died. Milo and Clagger died, which caused a lot of the, you know, the PTSD that turned her into Jinx in the end. But she's not. Yeah, it was mostly. Wait, why? What? We've already had this. Hang on. What do we get? Alright. Alright. Like, I still don't know who this is. Who is this? Who is this guy? Who actually is he? Is this just one of Silco's goons? Is he the bartender? Is this the bartender guy? Is that the bartender guy? Someone tell me who that is. Like, actually. Alright, So now we're getting to the more interesting characters. Marcus's daughter. She's not influential to the story, but she is influential to Marcus's decision. So I'm tempted to put her into B. Because the reason that he did all the stuff that he did was for her, basically. I mean, at first it wasn't, because I think that, you know, when Grayson died and he made his first deal, that she wasn't even born yet, but he couldn't get out because he was trying to protect his daughter. So I think passively she was very important. Like, same as Jace's mom, but more important, I think. I'm going to put Marcus in A tier for sure. Because I don't think he was. I mean, he did. Does he belong in S? Does he belong there? I don't know. I think he belongs in A. Because he was a support character. He was there to put the story of other people forward. But he did, like, influence a lot of stuff, you know? I think he should be an A. What else we got? This is Mel Medarda's assistant, right? She's not that important, I think. I think I'm going to put her in C. Like, Mel Medarda is super important. Mel Medarda might actually be A tier, to be honest. She had a lot of influence. But her assistant was just her assistant. I don't think she's that influential. This guy, also passively important, I think. Like, he was the kid who was shimmered. Look out for yourself. Okay. So we got. If this is the bartender, like, no, he's not important. Like, I actually don't know who he is. Who is he? Someone tell me who he is, please. Who is this? Is there like a save as? Is there a name to him? Let me see. I don't recognize him either. Yeah, I don't know. I don't recognize him. I guess he's not that influential then if we don't know who he is. I'm just gonna put him there. Okay, so then we've got Benzo. C or B. I mean, he was a good friend of Vander's, so he's probably a soundboard of Vander's. But in the end, he didn't get to do much because he died early. His death was probably influential for Echo, though. Because he was like a dad to him, I suppose. So I think he is in C tier. Like, he would have taken over the lanes if Vander had been taken into custody in episode 3. Instead of, you know, everything going to shit. Alright, so Victor I'm going to put in tier S. Like, he hasn't even lived up to his full story yet. Because obviously he's going to do more with the augmentation and stuff. But he was already super influential. Like, Jace was expelled, but he was the one who was like, hey, dude, I believe in your stuff. Let's do it. So he helped Jace become the golden boy. So obviously Jace needs to be in S tier because of the way he influenced Piltover, the deal he wanted to break with Silco in the end. So he's obviously S tier. And like, I could just put all of them there as well. Caitlyn, Vi, Echo. Like, obviously the story is about them. Like, this is their origin story for all of these, basically. And Heimer, I suppose. Mm, Heimer. I'm tempted to put Heimer into A tier because he was like giving advice, but nobody was listening to him. They just shoved him aside. He was passively important. You know what I mean? Do you agree, or should he be in S tier? He should probably be there though, like here. You agree? All right. Silco, I'm putting him in S tier. He was obviously super important to Jinx's development. He was the leader of the whole criminal enterprise. I'm gonna put Victor a little bit more here because he, like he hadn't reached his full potential yet. So I'm actually putting him here, I think. Silco is actually probably there. Like Echo was influential, but obviously came later. And I think most of his story is to come still. So is Victor. So I'm going to put him on the side. But he was obviously, yeah. All right, Singed. I'm going to put him in A tier because I feel like the stuff that he does, like of course he brought Jinx back to life, or like he healed her, but the stuff he's going to do with Warwick and Twitch is still to come. So in season 1, he was important. He made the shimmer, so he should definitely not be below A. But I don't think he belongs in tier S, right? He has a major part to play still. And then we've got her Melmedarda's mother. She doesn't belong in S tier, I don't think. But I think she does belong here because of the influence she had on Melmedarda's life. I think Melmedarda should actually be here. She was super important. She was a huge influence on her life. She exiled her because she was too soft. And so then she went to Piltover and became like the savvy political genius, basically, because she's super smart. Like politically, super savvy. And I think also most of, like, she has now been kind of discarded, like disowned by her daughter. But I don't think we've seen the last of her yet because she does feel like that type to back down. But maybe season 2 will, like, I don't even know if Mel survived. We don't know if Mel Medarda survived. All right, what do we think? What do we think? Do we need to change any of them? He's probably more important than the girl. Grayson's more important than Sky. Sky should probably be Sky should probably be here. I don't even know if Sky belongs in B, to be honest. Yeah, she does, I suppose, because of Victor realizing that he screwed up. Passively important. Alright, what do we got here? The Poro's definitely the most important one. What do we think? Anyone's out of place? Is anyone out of place? I still don't know who this is. Like, is that actually the bartender? You know, that Jinx put the bombs on his bag and he's paint all over him. I don't recognize him. Hey Zara. Looks good, yeah. Like, some people are passively important. Obviously the kid, she didn't do anything, but she was passively important to his reasons why he did what he did. I feel like maybe she deserves to be here even. And maybe he deserves to be there. Is that right? What do you think, Zara? Mel's assistant. How important was she? How important was she? She was the assistant of Mel Medarda? Yeah, exactly. Like, she was just like handing Mel her stuff, and she was, I think she's a D tier. Like, she was not important to the story at all. But Benzo, I think, deserves to be in B tier because, yeah, probably ahead of Sky. Sky is here. B. Yeah, it's hard to make out. I put her there because she didn't do much for the story, but she did, like, when she died, like, her death was the catalyst for Victor to be like, oh fuck, I'm on the wrong path, I need to destroy it. So she was passively important. Her death was super tragic, but to the story itself, like, she didn't do much. She had a crush on him, but she never did anything about it. But it was her death that made him realize, oh, we need to destroy it. And we don't even know if he's going to stick to that, to be honest, because we know what he becomes. You know what I mean? So tragic death, yes, but so was Benzo's, and he was influential in Echo's life. Like, after he died, together with Vander's, like, death or disappearance, that was when Silco completely took over. The story of Arcane, so please no spoilers. Ah, okay, no spoilers. Naha! Okay, yeah. So what do we think? Does anyone here deserve to be elsewhere? Zara, do you know who this is? Who is this? Is this the bartender that Jinx put like these things on the back and then explode in paint? She called him Chuck. Nice try, Chuck. I don't remember him either, so he cannot have been that important. So whoever he is, I'm putting him in D tier. Because if he was more influential or important, I would have remembered him, I think. Like, I sort of recognize his face, but I don't know. He's either one of Silco's goons or he's the bartender. I don't know. He's from the Undercity for sure, but yeah, I don't know. Wait a minute. This guy. I suddenly remembered he wasn't just Silco's goon. He was the one that got shot by friendly fire. And then he was the one that Caitlyn went to visit in prison. So I'm going to put him one up, at least. Yeah. He was more than just a goon. We never know if he was going to talk. He was the one that Vi beat up. And then Caitlyn was like, well, let me see the one who beat him up. That was him. So I feel like he should be there, at least. Alright, so then the very not important people. Right? Yeah, so he should be at least in C tier. Like, these are people that just, like, they just gave Vi some information. These were the guys that at the beginning that gave him that deal. And then we saw him later in episode, what was it, 5 or 6? When he was, when he had that weird tumor thing growing from the shimmer. And he took the shimmer from Silco, so he once again, you know, buckled on the under the pressure of the addiction. The Poro, of course, is very important. More important than all the other ones because he's cute. I think this is the tier list then, isn't it? I think this is it. Save or download. Alright. Download image. Let's go. Save in folder. Alright. Let me rename it. Arcane tier list. Cool. Cool, cool, cool.